Hello, this is Squirrel coming at you from, well, you know the thing, where I live at. So, anyway, I want to talk to you today about, Lord, where are you? Lord, where are you? Have you ever felt like, you were in the midst of turmoil? Maybe you were minding your own business, you were doing what you were supposed to be doing, you weren't looking for trouble, but trouble found you. Whether it was health-wise, or whether it was people coming up against you, and you felt powerless because you prayed and prayed and prayed, and you feel like your prayers are not being heard. Feel like your prayers are not going any higher than the ceiling, and you don't know what to do. Well, just keep doing what you're doing. Sounds good to me. But anyway, Lord, where are you? Out of Psalms chapter 13, this is a psalm written by David. It says, "How long, O Lord? Wow. Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul?" In other words, how long do I have to try to figure this out inside of me? "Having sorrow in my heart all the day. How long will my enemy be exalted over me?" Sounds like he's definitely oppressed. Goes on to say at verse 3, "Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Enlighten my eyes, or I will sleep the sleep of death. And my enemy will say, I have overcome him. And my adversaries will rejoice when I am shaken." Yep. Well, if you've ever been in that place in your life, don't feel all alone and lonely. Don't, like the old saying, don't feel pregnant, man. It's happened to others before. Well, first off, you got to realize something. God never promised that the Christian life would be a bed of roses. Even roses has thorns. It's not just beauty and fragrance. If you reach down there to grab that beauty and fragrance, you're going to get stuck with some thorns, like a briar or something. So, God never promised us an easy life. And if He promised us an easy life, and everything come easy, how would we be able to talk to or minister to those who have gone through some hard times or are in some hard times? It'd be hard to do, wouldn't it? See, if you belong to God, then there's nothing come against you that God didn't allow, that God didn't let, and it's for a reason. Now, all these things that came against David, some of the things that came against David, it wasn't his enemies as foresaid that, but some of the things he brought on himself. But there are some things, like when Absalom rose up in rebellion against him, or Saul when he rose up in rebellion against him, and others that, that David just, like, wow. Have you ever felt just overwhelmed? But if you belong to God, that, I say, would be the key phrase here. Belonging to God. Now, I've run into folks before and talked to them, and, well, where do you go to church at? I could have told you if you hadn't asked me. It was, Jerusalem Baptist Church. "Oh, okay, yeah, I passed by there several times. Who's the pastor?" The pastor. I don't remember his name. It seemed like it starts with a J or something. Jim Wells. And you go by there, you look at the sign, and it's totally different. It's Tim Fowler or something, And if you belong to God, I asked folks before, how has God made a difference in your life. You know, when you're talking to somebody, witness to somebody, and they say, yeah, man, I've been baptized before. Well, how has Christ made a difference in your life? When Christ came on the scene in your life, how did he make a difference? Well, I got baptized. Yeah, well, that's good. Well, I started trying to do good. Wrong answer. How has Christ made a difference in your life? Well, I started going to church. Okay, that's cool. I bought some church clothes. You ought to be able to wear what you've got in your closet, no matter what, to the church of God, to the house of the Lord, because the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. He's with me 24/7. Even when I'm dressed in, short pants and tank top, flip-flops, the Lord is with me. He don't say, whoa, wait a minute. You're not dressed like I want you to dress. I want you to dress in some knit slacks and stuff before I stick around. No, he don't care nothing about that. What he cares about is on the heart. God looks at the heart. Only man looks on the outer appearance. And they say, well, how has Christ made a difference in your life? Well, I tell you how Christ made a difference in my life. He changed my desire. He changed my want-tos from the inside out. Felt like a weight had been lifted. I felt forgiven of my sins. I had a desire to serve him. I wanted to do what God wanted me to do. I wanted to get close to him. I wanted to get in his word, and I wanted to learn just as much as I could about it. That's good. That's the right answer. It's like we'll get more excited about a football game than we will about the Lord, And when our team wins, you go in to work, the next day, and oh man, my team won. We really pounded them out. Yeah. But when Christ does something, man, let me tell you how God blessed me. That should be talk of the town too at work. When God blesses you, and when God blesses you with salvation, man, you can't hold it back. But if you belong to God, there's so many folks that claim to say they belong to God. Well, the Bible says that, Many shall say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, I prophesied in your name. I've done many wonderful works. I've cast out demons in your name. And then I said, well, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity, sin in your life. If you belong to God, and God's not finished with you, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay on this side of the grass. You won't be leaving this side of the grass until God says it's time for you to come home. And then when that happens, there's nothing going to keep you here when God says it's time to go. And I'm going to say again, if you belong to God. Belonging to God. You know what? Somebody that can't remember what church they go to or who's the pastor's name is like saying, well, where do you work at? Where I work? Well, I work, I don't remember the name where I work. We do stuff with wood down there. Okay, well, who's your supervisor? I don't know. He's that bald-headed man, I think. I'm not sure. When you get a check, does it have your name on it? No, it goes in direct deposit. I think that's what it does. Man, there's so many people nowadays don't have a clue. Oh, the whole world seems like going down in the tubes. Oh, let me throw this out there on you. I know I may be chasing a rabbit. It's like these lawyer advertisements. Call me. I can get you $1 million. Somebody had a motorcycle wreck and I got them $500,000. Somebody had a wreck. I got them $2 million. And all this, and people start seeing ching, ching, ching in their eyes, dollar sign. They say, all I got to do is have a wreck and it be somebody else's fault. I can get rich. That's the way it seems like it. You know, you can be turning and somebody be like way down the road. You got plenty of time to turn. As soon as you start to turn it, you can see them look like he's speeding up. Like if I speed up and hit him in the side, it'll be their fault and I can get $1 million. But what the lawyers don't tell you is how bad the person was hurt, how long they were in the hospital, how many bones were broken, or how long they were in ICU, how bad they were messed up. Yeah, they don't tell you all that. I sure do wish they would. That way people would realize if I'm going to collect that $1 million, I'm going to have to be about half dead. Yeah, you are. Well, anyway, getting off. We're chasing a rabbit. That's kind of a kamikaze rabbit, but I felt like I needed to plug that in right there. You know, because you could be the one that's driving that car, turning in front of them, and the next thing you know, they stomp down on the accelerator pedal and try to hit you in the side. And you know, it wasn't your fault really, because they sped up to hit you. You were minding your own business. You were doing your own thing. You weren't a hazard to them. You weren't you know, a threat to them in any kind of way, but yet at the same time, now you're on the receiving end of a bunch of garbage from somebody who's just, you know, trying to, you know, like get rich quick scheme. And you praying and, oh, maybe you get hurt at work. Here's a good one. You get hurt at work and you're messed up. And so your employer refuses to file workers' comp. So you have to file your workers' comp claim yourself. Then you have to get an attorney. And your employer fights you tooth and nail on helping you out. Or maybe you get hurt at work and your employer does file workers' comp, but then the doctors and everything that the insurance company has stab you in the back so many times. People say, well, you know, that many knives sticking out of his back, something, you know, he's doing something wrong. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. And we start praying, Lord, please, Father, I need to feel you in my heart. Father, I need to know that you're there. Lord, show me that you're there. Turn this situation around. Help me, Father, my enemy to come up against me and I don't know what to do. And you pray and you pray and you claim the promises of God, and it seems like everything is still going like a mudslide. You know, Lord, how long have I got to deal with this? Father, where are you? Well, it may be that God's just heating things up a little bit because he's trying to refine gold in your life. You ever thought of that? God, this come my way. It didn't surprise you. And you've let it go this far and done this much. Father, what do I need to learn in this circumstances? Well, go down here what David says in verse 5 and 6. He says, but, you know, Lord, how long have you turned your back on me? My enemy's up against me. How long are you going to let this go on? And then he says, but I have trusted in your loving kindness. You know God is loving, and you know God is kind, and you know God is patient, and you know the mercies of God are new every day, along with his grace is new every day. God hasn't left you nor forsaken you. He says, I've trusted in your love and kindness. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. Well, you know, like David at that time, the Holy Spirit hadn't come and resided inside his heart, but God had saved him in different situations and circumstances. Like the time when a lion and a bear come out to get his sheep when he was a shepherd boy, and he whooped up on them, killed them. Man. Goes on to say in verse 6, I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. Oh man, bountifully. You know what bountifully means? Abundantly. God has dealt with me so graciously, and he has You know, His promises are still true.